Welcome to Alan Berry Reports TV. I'm your host, Alan Berry Labucan from AlanBerryReports.com. Today we have a new installment of our... before we get started, hey, I hope everybody is having a very pleasant and happy holidays, and hopefully 2011 brings you much joy and prosperity. Again, today's is a new installment of our In the News show. This is our show where we talk about resource companies with recent developments. And on today's show, we have 4 companies to talk about. One of those companies is involved with diamonds, and the other 3 are gold-focused companies. So we got a good mix there. And before we get started, we always like to start out with our thank yous. We use YouTube.com and Ustream.tv to produce and broadcast these shows, and so you can watch them at your leisure. Those are 2 excellent websites for anybody that's interested in doing online shows, and we highly recommend them. We're big fans of online shows. We watch a lot of shows on the internet, and so we're big proponents of that, and so we like to send our thank yous out to the folks at YouTube and Ustream. Also, if you're watching this show on our website, you'll notice to the left and right of me that we have banners on the website. Those banner sponsors are really important in us being able to bring these shows to you. If you'd like to do some homework on those companies, you just click on their banners. That'll take you to their websites where they have plenty of information about their projects and their news, and it's a real great place for you to do some homework on those companies. And of course, to you, the viewers, you give us a platform to have an audience to talk to, so we thank you very much for tuning in. We got, as I said earlier, we've got 4 companies to talk about today, so we'll get right to it. The first company we're going to talk about today is Stornoway Diamond Corp. And on the disclosure, we are shareholders of the company. We've had them on one of our past shows on October the 28th. As we mentioned, we recently started our new section of our website called Shows. If you look up there, you'll see, if you're watching on our website at AlanBerryReports.com, and you just look for the Shows section, and in there you'd be able to find that October 28th show and a link to where you can go and watch that show. Their website is StornowayDiamonds.com. That's StornowayDiamonds.com. I'm just going to pull that website up. The news release that we're looking for is on December the 14th. In fact, they had a nice little PowerPoint presentation, and they had a conference call regarding this news. It was a pretty big development for the company, and so you can find that on their website. You look for StornowayDiamonds.com, then /resources presentations SWI December 14th deal deck. That'll help you find that. The headline from the news was announced an agreement to acquire the remaining 50% interest in the Reynard Diamond Project. Then later in the press release, or later on this PowerPoint presentation here, some of the highlights from this project is that they acquired the remaining 50% interest in the Reynard project that they didn't already own. There's a bunch of details about it. Part of it is that Diaquem, which is the Quebec government's company that invests in projects like this, will now become a very large shareholder in Stornoway Diamonds. They also will be part of helping to raise the $100 million for the company. On this, at the same time, the part of this deal is to do a bought deal financing of $35 million. The underwriters of that are RBC. Then they talk about a share consolidation. They have a proposed 5-for-1 consolidation. They indicate it reflects the transformative nature of the transaction. I've never been a really big fan of share consolidations or stock splits for that matter. I think that to a large degree they're kind of cosmetic in nature. There is no difference. Basically, when I look at a stock, I care about how much my dollar it goes up in percentage owning that stock. Whether I own 1 share at $1 or 2 shares at 50 cents, I want to know whether my dollar is going to go up or down in value. That's what means something to me. So, as I said, I've never been a big fan of these consolidations or stock splits for that matter. What matters most to me is, as I said, if I'm an investor in the company, I want to know how much my money is appreciating or depreciating. That's really what matters, not how many shares I own per the in the company. So, having said that, they feel that this is important to do, and they talked about that in the PowerPoint. Some of the transformative things they talk about is they'll now have 100% ownership of Reynard, which is a major undeveloped diamond deposit. They talk about the $100 million debt facility, big shareholder, reorganizing the share structure. Then they have some more details about that in their PowerPoint. And again, you can find that on their website. So that's the key information that we wanted to talk about Stornoway from their recent news. Some of the reasons that we have followed this company for a long time is because of the quality of their whole pipeline from exploration and this late stage development project at Reynard. Reynard looks like it has a realistic potential of being one of Canada's future diamond mines. Some of the benefits of that, in the last year or so, they've had some really good luck with their drilling. The drilling is indicating that this deposit is quite a bit larger than originally anticipated. Another really key thing in the financing of a project, or in the economics of a project like this, is access. And the Quebec government has announced that they're going to build a road that goes to the project area. So that will have a very big impact on your development cost, your operating cost. And so they've got a lot going for them. I'm very bullish on diamonds. Finding high quality diamond companies is not easy. The diamond prices have when the 2008 rolled around, diamond prices got smacked around pretty badly, and this sort of decimated the diamond exploration sector. So there's even fewer companies now, but Stornoway definitely looks to have the potential of having one of Canada's future diamond mines. Plus, they have plenty of high-quality exploration projects in Canada as well. So we really like their mix of projects. And again, if you want to do some homework on the company, as we always advise our viewers and readers, we're big proponents of people doing their homework to understand the companies. And the company's website that I mentioned earlier, StornowayDiamonds.com, is a really good place to start that homework. And so that's a wrap on our chat regarding Stornoway. The second company we're going to talk about today, I just got to pull it up here, is Almaden Minerals. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. We previously had them on our August the 25th, 2010 show. Again, just go to our shows section. In the shows section, we have a directory. In the directory, you'll find all the dates and an overview of the past shows, and who was talked about, and a link to the show so you can go watch them. If you want to watch our coverage of Almaden, you would look for the August the 25th show. Their website is almadenminerals.com. I'm just going to pull up their website right now. On their website, they have a newsroom. And we're looking for 2 news releases. One was on, just bear with me here for a second. One was a batch of drill hole results that they had on November the 24th. In that, the headlines from that one is Almaden extends Ixtaca zone, intersects 126.22 meters of 0.86 grams per ton gold and 61.7 grams per ton silver, including 19.81 meters of 2.84 grams per ton gold and 160.2 grams per ton silver. They mentioned that they reported results from hole TU-10-6, located about 110 meters away or northeast of the recently reported TU-10-4 and TU-10-5. We always like to see those kind of step outs. They go on that from their company's 100% owned Ixtaca zone located in Pueblo State, Mexico. They noted that there's an attached plan map that shows the location of all the holes drilled or underway. Then they give you some more details about the holes that were in the headline. They have some good details there about the project. You can a table with all the various different drill hole intersections. They've got an about Almaden. Some of the highlights from that is that they're well financed. They have no debt. Approximately $25 million. That's Canadian dollars in working capital. They're focused in working in North America. They got a bunch of details there. You'll also find some drill holes, plan maps, so you can get an idea of how the project looks if you're looking down on the project, so that gives you a whole idea of the drill holes. And then they also have cross sections, and the cross sections give you sort of an idea of what's happening with the drilling at depth. Below surface. So those maps are really good in helping visualize what's going on with the company's projects. And then on the December 21st, just recently here, they had another news release out, and in that one they announced, or the headline is, Almaden completes Almaden completes 2010 Ixtaca program, announces 2011 plans. They mentioned that they are pleased to announce that they have completed a successful 2010 drill program at the Ixtaca zone on its 100% owned Tulajitic project. I hope I said that right. In Mexico, operations have ceased for the Christmas break and will resume in January. 14 holes were drilled in 2010 for a total of 6,465 meters. And they have a drill plan map attached to that press release. Results from the 6 holes have already been announced. You would see there August the 9th, August the 17th, and November 23rd and November 24th press releases to find the details on that. We did talk about some of those drill results on our past show that we had Almaden on. And then they go on that they anticipate announcing complete results in early January. The 2011 drill program is scheduled to commence in mid to late January with 2 drill rigs to be expanded as necessary. There's a quote from J.D. Poliquin, who is the chairman of Almaden, and he commented, and I quote, "Previously announced step-out drilling in hole TU-10-6 confirmed the presence of the broad zone of epithermal veining at Ixtaca, 100 meters northeast of where the initial discovery was made. Further holes have been drilled to confirm the orientation of the veins in this blind discovery. This drilling also traced the continuity of the vein zone along strike and to depth. We are very pleased with this drilling discovery and eagerly anticipate commencing 2011 with a drill program designed to test the strike extent and vertical continuity of the Ixtaca zone of veining, which appears to be marked by strong IP and gold in soil responses for at least 1 kilometer northeast of present drilling, end quote. So that's and then again they have more details about the drilling and including the plan maps, and I think they also have some of their geophysical maps overlaid on top of that. Yes, so you can get an idea of how the sometimes geophysics can be very helpful in exploration, sometimes not so much. There is magnetic properties in practically or in all rocks, and so sometimes it can be very helpful, sometimes not so much. In this case, they seem to have a very good geophysical anomaly that has also been followed up and is confirmed with the drilling, and that's really what is the most important thing, is when you can tie up the geophysic results with drill hole data, and that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on. So they do have a very good geophysical anomaly. They're doing the drilling that is confirming that, and they're getting back some very good intersections, and so you can see that in their maps that they attach to that press release. So that's some of the reason. That's all the data from the press release that we wanted to talk about. Some of the reasons that we really like the company is that we started following them. They've really moved a long way since we first started following them. A lot of that has to do with the really thick intersections of promising grades in what looks like an open pit type target, and that's very encouraging. It's in Mexico, so they've got a well-known geological region, mining friendly country. These are all the highlights of what we look for in any company, and so Almaden is definitely one of the companies on our radar screen. We're going to continue to follow their developments closely. If you want to do your homework, check out their website that we mentioned earlier. That's always a great place to start your research on a company. So the next company we're going to talk about, I just got to move on down the screen here. Our third company is International Tower Hill Mines. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage includes they are a featured company in our Alan Berry Reports email newsletter. We started coverage of them on February the 2nd, 2009, which was our 22nd edition. If you look above me on our website, you'll notice that we have a report section. In the report section, you can find all of our past reports, including that 22nd edition, and you can either read it online or download a Word file and read it at your leisure. The past shows, we've had them on several of our past shows: May the 12th, August the 10th, October the 6th, October the 26th, and then recently on December the 2nd. And again, if you look above me on the shows section, you can find all of those past shows in the show section with links, so you can easily go and find and watch those past shows. Their website is ithmines.com. Nice and simple one there for you. The press release that we're looking for, I'm just going to pull up. Yes, it was on the, you would look, they have a section in there called News. Then in 2010, we're looking for the December 8th press release. In that one, the headline is International Tower Hill Mines Advances Live and Good Gold Project Towards Potential Production Decision with Pre-Feasibility Study and Augmented Development Team. They go on that they are pleased to provide an operational update at its Live and Good Gold project near Fairbanks, Alaska. To date, the company has achieved key milestones in advancing the Live and Good project's pre-feasibility study and adding key members to its development team. They have a bunch of highlights there. They have awarded the major contracts for the Live and Good pre-feasibility study, continued augmentation of in-house development and permitting staff, optimization studies for maximizing the value of the deposit, improving operational characteristics, inclusive of an oxide milling option, which brings higher recoveries and greater reliability to the production plan. Continued drilling focused on advancing key development-related projects such as surface facility characterization, hydrology, and metallurgy. Continued drilling focused on resource infill and step-out work, as well as calculation of a new resource base with the addition of over 50,000 meters of new drilling in 2010, and planning of a new district-scale exploration program for the potential discovery of new deposits along a 10-kilometer-long surface gold trend on the company's extensive 145-kilometer-squared Livengood land package. There's a good quote from Jeff Pontius, who is the CEO of International Tower Hills, and he stated, and I quote, "I'm very pleased with the rapid advancement of the Livengood project toward our corporate goal of creating the next new mid-tier gold producer. The project is hitting its milestones as planned, and I'm most encouraged by the excellent team we are assembling to take our company through the pre-feasibility and feasibility stage and on to a potential production decision," end quote. Then later in the press release, they have some details about the pre-feasibility study. They've brought a metallurgical engineering and design team on board to do that work. They've added to their development team with a couple of key additions to their team. You can find that all in the press release. So that's the key information from that recent press release. Some of the reasons that we like International Tower Hills is because their key project, the Livengood project, is up in Alaska in the Fairbanks area. This is a very well-known and experienced region, mining region. Lots of key technical people in that area, good labor force. Their project is in an area that is also close to a highway, close to other mining infrastructure. So this has a really big impact on the feasibility and economic evaluation of the project, and also will have a big impact on the potential to develop the project. It's a very large resource of gold. In the multi-million ounce category. Finding those kind of projects is not easy. They have a strong management team led by Jeff Pontius. Jeff in his career has found a large deposit before, and now he's done it again at Livengood. When I originally started following the Livengood project, my initial feeling was that this would likely be a takeover target. And a major would come in and develop the project. With the recent financings that the company has done, it now looks like not only are they starting to put the money in place to move it forward on their own, it also has some very good characteristics on the economic side, and that's why they're doing all this pre-feasibility and feasibility work. So we really like their potential for growth going forward, and we like to hear them talking about becoming a mid-tier producer, gold producer. There's not enough of those kind of companies around due to all the mergers and acquisitions that have happened over the last 4 or 5 years, and by moving into that category, it opens up a lot of opportunities, and so we really like that potential as well. So if you want to do your homework on the company, again, we always recommend you check out their website. That again is ithmines.com, and a great place for you to start doing your homework on the company. So our fourth company today is Rainy River Resources. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage, they've been on a few of our shows in the past. We've had them on our September 22nd, November 4th, and December 1st shows. Again, just look at that shows section on our website at allenberryreports.com. In there you can find all the past shows that they were on, and including links so you can easily go and watch those shows. shows. Their website is RainyRiverResources.com. That's RainyRiverResources.com. I'm just now on their website. They have 3 press releases that we're looking for. They had one on December 6th, the 13th, and the 14th. Where are we here? December 6th, 13th, and 14th. And so now pulling up their website, RainyRiverResources.com. In there they have the news section, and then we're looking for their press releases. I'm just now getting that one up. On the December 6th press release, the headline is, Rainy River announces significant infill drilling results. They announced drill results from their Rainy River Gold Project in northwestern Ontario. To view the maps, they have some maps attached in the press release that'll give you an idea of how the drilling is progressing. Some of the highlights from that drilling include ODM zone infill drilling intersects additional high-grade gold in mineralization. One of the holes returned 7.1 grams per ton gold over 22.5 meters, including 159.3 grams per ton gold over a half a meter. They had another hole with 6.4 grams per ton gold over 27 meters, including 82.1 grams over 1.5 meters. They have a bunch more holes there that they talked about. Again, you can find that in the press release. What we like about this is the high-grade nature and for high-grade, very thick, nice thick intersections as well. So then on the December 13th, they had another news release out, and the headline from that is Rainy River and Northern Superior discover gold at, they have a very difficult name to pronounce project. They shorten it to TPK project, and included in there was 5.9 grams per ton gold over 13.5 meters. They go on that Rainy River and Northern Superior Resources are pleased to announce the discovery of a significant gold-bearing mineralization intersected during their initial diamond drilling at Target 3 of their TPK joint venture project, 190 kilometers northeast of Pickle Lake in northern Ontario. The diamond drilling is being conducted with the cooperation of the Niskantaga First Nation, which recently passed a community resolution supporting the agreement between Rainy River and Northern Superior and affirming their support for the TPK project. Then they have some highlights from the drilling. As they mentioned in that in the headline, then they give you some more details about the diamond drilling, and it gives you a really good outline of this project. And again, you can find that on their press release. Then the next news that they had out was on December the 14th. And in that one, they announced that Rainy River announces a $65 million bought deal private placement financing. So that'll fill up their treasuries so they can do a lot of work on their project. So again, you can find all those press releases on the company's website, and some of the reasons that we follow Rainy River closely and like what they're doing is, of course, it starts with when we first started covering this was a couple years ago, we used to have an online radio show. And on that online radio show, we talked about Rainy River quite a few times, and then we've also covered them on their on our video shows as well. And what initially caught our attention was they were getting, at the Rainy River project, they were getting some very good thick intersections of lower grade. That's often the case, high tonnage projects usually have lower grade, but they're open pitable, and so that's why most of the major mines out there are lower grade, high tonnage projects that are open pit mined. But then in the last year or so of drilling, they've also come across some higher grade material as well. And that combination of having high grade and the lower grade, it really gives the company some serious flexibility when it comes to assessing the economic potential or viability of developing a mine here. What I mean by that is you can go after the high grade if that makes economic sense, or you could start with the lower grade and open pit it if that makes economic sense. That flexibility is really an important issue for a company like Rainy River. Other things we like about that Rainy River project is it's in a really good part of Ontario that's very easily accessible, and this will also have an impact on the economic evaluation of the project. They've not had any problems whatsoever raising funding. They're now raising funding at I think better than $10 per share kind of financing, and so that keeps the dilution down, plus gives them the financing to move aggressively on their Rainy River project. They have other projects. This recently announced drill results look very promising, and they now have the funding to work really hard on that project as well. So Rainy River Resources really has a lot going for it. And, this is another company that we would put under our category as either being a takeover target by a much larger company, or possibly funding and developing their project on their own, and that would help them propel them to becoming a mid-tier producer. And again, as I mentioned with one of the previous companies, that middle tier of resource companies is not well looked after. We need more of those kind of companies. So we'd love to see Rainy River take a shot at trying to hit the home run and move into that category. Again, we always suggest and recommend that people do their homework on any companies that they're following, and best place to start that is on their website at RainyRiverResources.com. So that's a wrap on our In the News segment. Before closing, we'd like to stress that this show and our reports are for information purposes only. We aren't making buying or selling recommendations. It's important for you to do your own research and speak with your financial advisors before making any investment decisions. We're always trying to grow our audience, and any efforts you make to let your friends that follow the markets know about our website, our reports, our shows is greatly appreciated. We also really appreciate you taking the time to watch the shows. We know that everybody is very busy these days, and we strive to produce a show that saves you time and most importantly brings you high quality information. Our next show, we're tentatively, during the holiday season, we're kind of tentatively scheduling things. Last week I had planned on doing one In the News show and then a Week in Review show on Friday. That was December 24th. Bunch of family things came up, so we didn't do a December 24th Week in Review. So we're kind of semi-planning things. I think we'll be doing an In the News shows tomorrow and a Week in Review show at the end of the week. Always the best way to find out about our shows is if you look above me, you'll see a subscribe button or where you can subscribe to receive our emails. We always send out emails whenever we're doing public speaking engagement, TV interviews, these shows, our reports. There's no charge to be on our email list, and that is the best way to stay updated on the work that we're doing, and there's no charge for that. So we encourage you, if you want to keep up on our shows, to to subscribe to our email, and we'll send you out those updates. We hope you can join us for future shows. You can find all of our past work on our website at allenberryreports.com. We hope to see you soon. Have a great day.